I'm Tim Franklin, a farmer from Goodland, Kansas.
I grew up on this farm where my great-grandmother's house still stands, working alongside my parents, Jerry and Linda.
But when I graduated high school, my parents insisted I leave the farm and experience the world.
My parents first met at Goodland High, then my dad went off to Vietnam, and they met again later in life. My dad got his PhD and became a special education administrator. And my mom was a computer programmer at a time when it was rare for women to be in that industry. One day, my mom's parents called and asked if they would consider moving back to the farm. So they decided to give up their first careers and take over the operation, but only for a 2-year trial. Obviously, it worked out. As a child, I was active in sports, 4-H, and school, but the farm was the center of my life. When I graduated high school, my dad told me I knew what I needed to know about farming. It was time for me to go off and find something else I enjoyed doing. So I went to K-State and majored in milling science. There, I met my wife, Catherine. She grew up in Wichita and went to K-State as an apparel and textiles major. Farming was nowhere on her radar. After we graduated, I got a job in Des Moines, and Kat moved there too to work on her master's degree. We soon got married and then moved with my job to Buffalo, New York. But after a few years in New York, I realized I missed the farm. In 2011, Kat and I agreed to do a 2-year trial of our own. Today, my parents and Kat and I run the entire operation, just the 4 of us. We primarily grow wheat and corn. It takes a lot for a young farmer to get started today, between keeping up with technology and making sure we really understand our financials. Mom and Dad have done a lot to set us up to be successful. And if we have disagreements, we just sit down together and figure it out. When Isaac and Lizzie grow up, I'm going to encourage them to go out into the world. You've got to leave to fully appreciate what we have here. Farming isn't a career, it's a lifestyle. It has to suit you. But if either of my kids decide to come back to the farm,
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.